we were kind of at.
Yeah, it really wasn't enough to make it work to pay myself enough
Yeah.
after doing all the software, all the other stuff,
Yeah.
and the amount of work that needs, because it's like totally you're tap dancing all the
Right.
time
Yeah, it's
because
too
it's a
much.
continued need to create content
Yeah.
for a group of people
Mm-hmm.
who deserve something. Obviously, they're paying monthly or annually or
Yeah.
whatever for that. And although what the one thing it did teach me, because I think even bad experiences teach you a lesson. And my big lesson is that I will, if I do a subscription thing again, I will never do an annual rate. Everybody loves a
Oh,
deal, but
yeah.
because then you're tied
Right.
to producing
Yeah.
that thing
You're
for that
producing it.
annual.
Yeah, it's just a
So
lot. It's really a
yeah,
lot, you know?
it is a lot, and we are now in a time when you can get COVID and be sick and maybe not get better or
Yeah.
whatever. So
Right.
and
There's
if
a
it's
lot of
month to month,
pressure to
it's a
produce
month to
stuff.
month. Yeah,
Yeah.
you all you have to do
For a
is get
teeny
yourself
tiny
in
bit of
there.
money that, like, it's not worth it, but now you've got the obligation.
You do have the obligation
Yeah.
to produce content through that year. So when we
Yeah.
closed down, I had to go back and refund.
Oh, my gosh. That's a
I had
lot.
to go back and refund people, and so luckily I held money because I had talked to a friend. And that was her big lesson also, is that because she'd had to close something down, and she said make sure you have enough money in reserve to fulfill out your contracts
Yeah.
to people each month. If you don't sell any more annuals, then you can start attritioning that money down,
Yeah.
as you month goes on. So that was a big lesson learned
Yeah.
there. But honestly, the thing that makes us overall the most is merchandise, is badass Quilter
Yeah.
merchandise, because
And
people really love that,
they
being able to
do.
wear that
It's really
identification.
interesting. And then do
Mhm.
you do it, you buy the merchandise and then ship it out? You're not doing it print on demand, t-shirts or
Right.
anything like that,
I
right?
am right now as we've restarted up. Previously, I did not. I did everything
Yeah.
by we would do pre-orders
Yeah.
because honestly, I did not want 50 boxes of sweatshirts in my
I
house.
get
I did
it.
not want to be eating on the sweatshirts.
Yeah.
You know, throw a
Yeah.
tablecloth over them and call them,
Right.
the table.
Right,
Um,
exactly. Yes.
I didn't want, there was a certain amount of things that we did have that were like our standards that I
Yeah.
did, of, and, but otherwise, because we had getting the right sizes and stuff like
Oh,
that,
it's a
because it
nightmare.
turns out I mean, as far as badass cultures go, 1X and 2X and 3X are our biggest selling sizes.
Yeah, I get that.
So, and we are very, very dedicated to size inclusion. So when at now I have to be very careful to pick brands that go up through 5X.
Interesting. And so
And so,
where
and
did you decide, because there's a lot of print on, again, everything has shifted in this crazy way. When we
yes,
started, it was super simple. Now it's
yeah.
not. So where did you decide to do print on demand? Where did you,
So I am doing it through Printful and Printify, both of those. There are other ones out there, and it just
yeah.
depends on the
I think
product. The
that's what we
product
did. Yeah, we did print, and then you did Printful, and what was the other one?
Printify.
And what's the difference between them, do you find? Why are you
Yeah.
using both?
You know what? Advantages and disadvantages based on product and selection. And
Got it.
then what we're finding now is that there are still, they have like times where like colors, they just can't get colors because
Interesting.
there are still markets that have not really recovered as far as
Yeah.
supply markets
Yeah.
go. And so sometimes I have to switch because all of a sudden they'll be like, well, you picked Heather Blue for these, and there's 6 outstanding orders, and we can't fulfill those orders for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So it does have its own headaches,
Oh,
but
and it's great. I mean, we did that for a number of events, and it was so nice because people could go
Mhm.
in and choose exactly what they wanted, and it was great. And you don't get as much money back from it, but it's
yeah,
fine. It's but you also don't have the hassle, like
you
that's
don't have the you don't have the hassle, and for especially for things like mugs, because I do
yeah,
not want to be putting out ceramic mugs
right,
because ceramic mugs break
right,
way more than you'd want, so that they
yeah,
take care of that part for me. So
yeah,
yes, I make less money, but and honestly, it was a really great way to start back up without having a really deep financial
yeah,
investment
hugely. It's really
that
quite
way.
lovely.
So
Yes,
we just started selling stickers because that stickers are huge. Oh my gosh, it's just
yeah,
kind of crazy. So we kind of dived in deep with stickers. Now those stickers we actually have. I have them printed at our sticker manufacturer, and I work really closely, and we have those in house.
yeah.
We just released the first really big batch just yesterday. And in fact, today over 500 stickers went out of the house today.
Amazing. That's so crazy.
Yeah, so it was fun because we've
Yeah,
branded up and new logos and new,
Oh, you have
not
a
so
lot of cute
much,
stickers. People,
yeah.
if they, where do they, if they want, if they're listening and they're like, I want to see these stickers, where do you go for stickers?
Yeah, so you go, if you, the easiest way is to go to badassquiltersociety.com and just hit the merch link from there,
Yeah.
and it takes you into the store. And so we upload new stickers. And the nice part about that is that, and then we produce some of those as t-shirts and bags and different stuff like that, is because people really want to identify. And the nice part is we get these amazing stories of people who see somebody with a bag, or they carry their bag and somebody who goes, oh my gosh, I've been looking for something like that. Or they know each other. It's like your high sign, at a quilt show that,
Yeah.
it's a badass quilter.
Interesting. And
So
you're using Big Cartel for your platform. We use that for the books, which is
I
great.
am using it's a very simple platform.
Yeah, it is simple, but it's great.
It is. It's very clean. It's very easy. Previously, I have also used Shopify
Yeah.
because there's really more apps you can hook up to that. And when it's more difficult to do like my wholesaling, because there are certain shops that we consider badass certified,
Yeah.
and that we do produce stuff for. So, because like with Printify and whatever, I can have a certain amount of shirts sent and dropped over to a shop.
Okay, so I'm at your shop, and what I think is really interesting and cool, you have to talk to us about this because I think it's fascinating. So you're doing three things. You have some at the house, some at Printiful, and some at Printify. But it doesn't look like that when you go to your website. It looks like you go to the mugs and it just says add to cart. And so what's happening behind the scenes? Someone checks out and buys it, it's not going to, like, how does that work exactly? Does that make sense? Like
that there's lovely magic in the background that those lovely coding people have done. And so it's really interesting the way it works too, because and of course there's different ways you can set it up based on how you want to do it. So if it's a mug, almost always it's going to go to Printful, because Printful does a really great mug, and they do our 15-ounce mug. But if I need like a specialty mug or something different that like really calls to something different, I might have to do it with something different. But we use our white ceramic mug from Printify. So anybody who orders, they click. So maybe if they order a couple different things, they've ordered a bag, they've ordered a t-shirt, and they've ordered stickers.
right.
Well, the bag and the t-shirt zip off to the demand printer. The demand printer does those and then ships them to the customer. And then the other part of the order comes to me, and then I fulfill the stickers or the luggage tags or whatever else.
Okay, you've just like inspired me because this always seemed completely impossible, but you are doing it.
And it's not me. I mean, I would love to say, "Ooh, I'm magic," but no, I'm not. It is absolutely them. And so far, it has been pretty flawless.
That's amazing. And that's through Big Cartel that they're able to integrate.
Yes.
All of
yes,
that.
Big Cartel can integrate those. Like I said, if there's other things that you wanted to do that were a little more fancy, because what I really wanted to do is, and where we're having to switch software around, unfortunately, is to do a subscription model.
Yeah.
Because with PayPal does not allow you to integrate with Big Cartel to do a subscription model easily. There's some code that it's kind of clunky.
Yeah.
But you can get Stripe and hook Stripe up.
Yeah.
Which some people are like, well, I want to use my credit card. Well, you can actually use a credit card with PayPal.
Stripe. Yeah.
And,
right.
But Stripe just shows you the little icons of the MasterCard and stuff like that. But with PayPal, you actually can. You can just say check out as guest, and it'll push you into your own credit card.
Yeah.
And people just don't necessarily know that. But I also for people who Shopify, because like Shopify allows you to use like Bitcoin and stuff like that. That's not my thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to learn. That's something I don't want to learn about.
Yeah.
I will change my mind in 10 years or whatever. But right now, my poor little head has enough to get through.
Okay, so I'm totally like way too into your shop, so that's dangerous now that I actually know how to do it. And we want to make our own, and I want to experience it, so that's super groovy. And then where do you get your designs? Like, are you making them? Where are the designs coming from?
I am making them. I'm doing all of the art. I used to do a lot of art for different projects and different people. And back when because before the whole quilting thing became a thing, I was an embroidery designer. And I did lots of stuff for companies. I worked for Ford. I worked for different stuff like that. Getting the Ford gig was pretty funny because they had ordered a hillion jillion kinds of hats of this one kind of hat that had a very weird weave on the front of it, and their current design did not set well on the hat in the weave, and so they needed it redone. And somebody knew somebody who knew me, and so I got to work for Ford, which was really funny. That was funny. So I got to punch their logo for all of their Southern state hats because they needed these special trucker hats. Of course they did. Of course they did. Trucker hats.
I love it.
But I love doing the art. If I was going to like shut down right now, if I was to say, throw this all to the wind, that's what I would do for people. Because I love doing it. In fact, I've had a couple people, I've actually, in between this, I've designed a couple things for different other people, who've like sent something off to Fiverr, and there could be great people at Fiverr. I mean, you can get stuff done there, but they couldn't get what they want. And so I got to talk to them and did it. And I'm like, okay, you're going to donate some money to the kittens. You're going to, and they're like, how much? I said, I want 5 things of formula. You know what I mean?
Right. Pay me in formula.
Go into my Amazon.
So do you actually also take commission, like people listening, do you take commissions on designs and logos and things like that?
I do sometimes. It just kind of depends if I really think that if the people I've worked with so far who have been friends or people who I know and that we jive together well, because I don't have to do it. It's because I love doing it. In fact, I like at night, I'll sneak up here and work. Yeah. And my husband's like, you're at the computer again. You said you wouldn't be at the computer again. You need to get up. Yeah. Because I love doing it. I love playing in Photoshop. I love doing that part of it. And it's fun. And now, that whole world has changed because even 3 years ago, working with sticker manufacturers, you were emailing back and forth or whatever, and then they would scan, approve. Now it's seamless. It's really seamless in the way it works.
Very interesting.
So I like it. And I like really being able to, so like our 3 logo stickers that are up there, the one with the, we have the fierce unicorn, and then this one has a snake, and then the one that has the rainbow. Yeah. Because we have so many diverse badass quilters. So badass quilters gather because they're politically liberal. Yeah. But they're not gathering because they're all hand stitchers or they're all,
Right.
There's so many different kinds
of people. The politics that align them, not the type, not the word.
It's not the type of quilting, because somebody says, oh, well, I'm a colonial quilter or what, and I'm like, great, there's a place for you if you are a liberal colonial quilter. Yeah. So I've gone to making more things that resonate in a different way with people. And it's been very fun since we just dropped this new collection, seeing what they buy and how they curate different stuff. Yeah. That's been very fun.
I like that a lot. Okay, well, I have a personal problem that I'm going to talk to you about, which is that I'm trying to find these stupid pins for my work to make something look cute. And no matter what we do, they look really dumb. So we'll have to talk off once we get done, because I want like little adorable pins that people will be so proud of the program that we have. And every time I turn them into places, they're just like, but your stuff, I mean, that's the part that's so cool about it is the goal of it is like, you'll be like, oh, I want that one. I want that one. Like, that's the whole goal. And you have such a nice variety here of stuff.
It's fun. It's fun. What my thing is, do you know who Donald Miller is? He owns the company Story Brand.
No.
So his thing is really about making
Story Brand. Okay.
Yeah, so he has a new book out, and his big thing that I did previously was called the Story Brand, and his thing, he talks about making your customer the hero. Your customer is your hero, and you're just a guide. And so I want people to be able to identify with what they see, and they say, that's so me.
That's really interesting. Yeah.
And that's what I see when people make their sticker orders already, because I can kind of guess. So if somebody's somebody who picks if they pick the unicorn, I can kind of guess which other stickers they're going to pick generally. Yeah. And there's like kind of tracts that go down. We have one group in there. It's basically all the stickers. It's called the Full Monty. And And that's all the stickers. And we've sold a lot of those. But I think I'm going to make kind of like other tracks within there. Because I've been like keeping a little spreadsheet to see, kind of how all that breaks down. So that's just been, it's like kind of like one of those little rabbit holes. You fall down to it.
Huh. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, I just